What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be discussing why fruitarians die or end up eating animal products again. Now, the reason I brought this up is because I was just inspired by a recent conversation I've had with a long-term fruitarian, and I just want to share my thoughts and my opinions on the matter. So, a fruit-based lifestyle is very consistent with our physiology, our anatomy. However, there can be some pitfalls that people can get into, and it can end up disastrous for some. I'm just going to share some of these pitfalls and, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If you're new here, like and subscribe. I make content about fruit-based lifestyle, high-carb living, fitness, etc., veganism. So, welcome on board. So, one of the things that tends to happen is this movement attracts people who have mental health issues. They have eating disorders, anorexia, bulimia. They just have disordered eating. And what happens is whenever they come on this lifestyle, that doesn't magically just go away. They actually need help, but they don't get the help. And instead, they end up getting into crazy philosophies that lead them to the brink of just destroying their health. What I mean by that is, in the 12 years that I've been practicing a fruit-based lifestyle, I've seen a lot of people drop off from too much fasting, just too much water fasting, too much juice fasting. They get into dry fasting, and the dry fasting especially has taken out just so many people over the past 12 years that I'm just like, why are people still doing this? Like, why are people still engaging in these practices that are completely unnecessary? So, where this comes from is people tend to get into philosophies. I don't know if it's from Hotema, I don't know how to pronounce his name, who is well known in the raw food world. And his books are good. His books have a lot of useful information, very unique information, but he is this proponent of the breatharianism, that human beings are like fallen creatures, that we messed up by eating, etc., and that we have to try to return back to that. And people can get caught in this cycle of fasting, wanting to reach this state, and this ends up just not being good for them. And they end up emaciated, and they end up dying. Or what happens, I've seen this, they end up going back to eating animal products because their bodies are just so destroyed, so calorically depleted, that they end up just going back to old foods, just to sort of try to get that up again. And to keep in mind is also this fear of eating sweet fruits. People don't want to eat bananas sometimes. They don't want to eat dates. They don't want to eat mangoes because it's not seen as detoxifying enough. And whenever you calorically undereat over a long enough time span and your body is just being destroyed and it's crying out for nutrients and sustenance, you get shaky. And a lot of people have popped off. Another thing to keep in mind as well is people get into naturalistic ways of thinking, and what tends to happen is they then refuse to do things that clinically help people's health. Like, for example, with the B12. I do know that there's like a prominent individual out there in the world who doesn't take B12, and they've been doing this for decades and stuff. But for every one case where you find that, there are tons of people who end up with nerve damage, with just psychological issues, health complications from not consuming B12. And I always say, get checked whenever it comes to B12. I supplement B12 subliminally. It's been working for me for years. It works for a lot of people clinically. It works. So some fruitarians can get into the mindset that, I don't need to supplement, and then that leads them to having complications, and then they go back to eating animal products from there. So overall, my thoughts on this is too much fasting, eating disorders, fearing fruits, fearing sweet fruits, not eating enough, getting into philosophies about breatharianism and dry fasting and all these different things, whenever you mix all that in a pot, you tend to get people who pop off, or they either die tragically, rest in peace to all the people who have lost their lives doing all this madness, or people end up going back to eating animal products. And this is one of the main reasons whenever I come across a philosophy like Raw Till 4, where it's nothing to do about fasting, it's get enough calories in, eat enough, get the sweet fruits in, eat your potatoes and rice and vegetables and stuff in the evening to make up the calories if you're new to this, because some people, they don't know how to eat enough. Don't do fasting, get the early nights, workout, etc. I'm really attracted to that, and I'm so fortunate I was saturated with that information 12 years ago, and I feel like that's what kept me very consistent on this lifestyle. You can see my body. I'm not emaciated. I'm working out. I eat like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 calories per day, and I just thought I'd make this video just to get my thoughts out there, and if I can help one person get rid of this cycle that's been going on in the fruit-based community, I'd be happy. So let me know, what are your thoughts on this matter? As always, peace, love, veganism. Like and subscribe, and I'm out.